Some big my head is on here.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody on the planet Earth. This is the Skipper, aka the Numismaniac, with my first mate, Dale from CoinWorld UK. Welcome to the collectors community, where we discuss everything under the sun, and we have fun today because it's casual.
And the moon.
The moon in June is a big baboon, makes you swoon, makes you croon, because it's heaven being on La Lune.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know I had that talent.
Did you know there's a song that we can't sing at the moment, The Whole of the Moon, because it's a crescent moon. So that song's irrelevant at the moment. The whole of the moon. The Bud Files.
Welcome, Bud Files.
Welcome aboard the fun train of collectors community, or the ship, whatever you like to call us. Ahoy! That's what we should call it, the collectors community boat.
Where am I getting? I'm getting feedback here.
Are you? I got nothing on. Nothing is on. My phone is off. And I'm about to put out a... Is your
That's
phone
weird. My phone's off?
Hey, Tim Bob. 10 Bob's in the house. It's always good to see 10 Bob. 10 Bob, 10 Bob, 10 Bob.
Discovered the problem. I am really smart.
You had another device on, didn't you?
A back window. I'm going, where the heck is that coming from? I mean, I'm not that gullible where I want to listen to myself. I mean, what the heck? 10 Bob's your uncle. No, it's not. She's a girl.
Hello, 10 Bob. How are you? Welcome to my caliper. Hello.
It's a you know what? These went extinct 62 million years ago, and we managed to get them back.
Yeah. This is about the size of my brain. As you can see, it's minus.
You know, if you hold it up real close to the window, you can actually check out the size of your head.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Do you know what? It is.
Apparently, he's feeling much better now, 10 Bob. He's playing with his calipers again.
Yeah, I'm playing my calipers. I forgot to put the brakes on.
Oh, what a day. What a day.
Yeah. How do you say this in 71 millimeters? So is my head, which is 2 inches and 8/8 or 8/16.
Well, I didn't look at mine because I'm in the dark. You know, these things are wicked looking, you know. Anyway, what an interesting day today. We went from seriously hot Canada. It's like when we hit 35, 40 Celsius, it's a roaster. Today,
Yep.
15, 16. I'm like, boo, it feels like the inside of the house. No.
I went from inside a grill.
and a bit of a disaster happened for me today. I went to the tailor shop 2 months ago, almost to the day. I put in my red suit to get it a brand new white collar put on, and I was going to pick it up, take it to the dry cleaners along with my trousers and my hat, and get them dry cleaned, get them ready for the Christmas season. Signs on the door. Won't be back till after the 8th of August. Well, they've had my jacket for 2 months already. And every time I go in there, Oh, we're too busy. We'll get that to that as soon as I can. Yeah, okay. If they're going overseas somewhere for a holiday, I'm going to be miffed, and that's not jolly of me at all. I want my red coat.
Exactly. You feel naked about it, don't you?
I do. I
got a
do.
red Coke. Here you go. I got a red Coke.
Not red Coke, you
Oh,
silly
sorry.
thing. I have red lemonade.
You got red lemonade with strawberries. Sounds tasty, actually.
Oh, it's delicious.
Red Coke. Not red Coke. So, what we're going to talk about today, then, Mr. Skipper?
Anything, and everything. I mean, as you know, I've been working on my world collection. Well, I've done what I can with it for the time being, but I'm going in with my list. And no, it's not the one I'm going to check twice, but I'm going to go in my list, and I'm going to get through that. He has a bucket full of world coins, and they're cheap. They're extremely inexpensive. So if they charge me 25 cents each for them, hey, I can fill a lot of spaces if he's got the right coins. So I'm going to sit there on the stool, jibber jabbing with my good friend Jack, who's the owner of West Edmonton Coin and Stamp, and get as many for my collection as I can to fill up those holes in my world coin collection.
Why not? So, that is the absolutely best way of doing it, is buying a bunch of world coins, and I'll tell you what, you will find some amazing gems. I mean, out of that little bag, I mean, this is
kid of mine. I see you out there.
Kid of mine. Now this is the bag that I had. Okay, it's even got on there. Zoe, leave alone. Did you not? It says, look, Zoe, leave alone. See, right?
Why does that sound familiar?
And these here, apart from my other coin videos, these are all the videos that I've done. That is my video bag. Okay.
Hi, treasure woman.
And in there is a W quarter, B75.
Yep.
I think that's silver, that one. There's some silver coins in here. I'll just try and sieve them out. I got a I mean, you recognize these as you go along.
Treasure woman saying hello, Dale.
Sorry?
Treasure woman saying hello. She's
Hello,
just going
Treasure
to bed.
Woman. Oh, please check out her museum videos. I love museum videos. It's my favorite type of videos. They were
mine too. I love them too.
Absolutely amazing. I love the out and about stuff. That is like because I don't really get, obviously since lockdown, I was stuck in for 18 months without going out the house. And when people were doing the outside stuff, it got me really involved. Like I now take what's around me, I don't take for granted anymore. So when I see other people going out with their families or just going out generally and having a chat, I find that amazing. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see these videos you would have seen over and over, not over and over again, but they feel like they're the same ones. But there's the quarter with the Alabama. Can't remember her name now. I think it's Susan Keller.
I got you on the big screen so you can show us a little better.
The Helen Keller. Now she got a bachelor's degree, and she was blind back in.
And blind and deaf.
Yeah, and she got a bachelor's degree in biology or something like that, or something like that.
You know, it must have cost the university a fortune to put everything in Braille for her.
Yes, that is absolutely true. What's this one? 1 peso. What's that? Mexico. 1 peso for Mexico. These all here are videos. So that's 2018 NIFC $half. I mean, I'm not even scratched with all my videos. I'm not even scratched the surface of like literally what I've got. British Honduras. So these coins are really sought after now. These British Honduras, because there's something like just under 1 million made of them. Some only have like 250,000 made on some coins.
Mm-hmm.
War nickels, silver war nickels, 0.35 silver. And this is from a coin bag. This is literally from a coin bag that I bought.
Rebecca, touched by yarn, is in the house.
Rebecca, who else has popped in here? Rebecca, touched by yarn, Treasure Woman, 10 Bob, Kin of Mine. Let me see.
Rebecca should actually come up on the live and show us some of her work that she does. She does some incredible stuff with yarn.
A 3 pence silver, again 925. Because people probably whack these together and go, right, I'm just getting rid of these. But yeah, it's I mean, people hunt these over and over again for these V75s. So it might have been someone who went to America or had one and picked it up. Didn't think much of it and threw it in the bag.
10 Bob's asking if you have any Euro cents still.
Yeah, I have a few. I just haven't got round to doing them yet for some reason. Not my favorite coin. But they have got some great ones. I've done a few euros. Actually, I got some. I think I've got this one here. Actually, I think I've done a video on this one. This is a euro, and that's Mexican. I have just seen a euro here somewhere. It was a Rome, the Colosseum, about the Colosseum who built it.
Hi, buddy. I've got my puppy dog.
That was a recent one. Look, $100. That was a recent video I done.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that interesting? Cancer research.
Oh, you're collecting for cancer. Oh, yeah. You were doing the 2017s, weren't you? Oh, there's one coin I want to show you, actually, Skip. This is a 1773 coin. And so I think it's King George III, I think. Yeah, King George III, 1773.
Oh, that's nice.
And if you notice, they used the letters as the J for the one. Focus. 1807. This is not the same 1807 I had last time. We had an 1806, but this is a 1807 George again. So I mean, these are all Indian coins. So this is Ceylon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Ceylon Square, which is now Sri Lanka. I think this is silver actually.
Yeah.
I think that's silver, that one.
So Tin Bob's going to sell the album when it's full, and she says she's still collecting the Benjamin Bunnies.
Yeah, you collect the Benjamin Bunnies, and you were collect. Wait a minute. This is. I'll tell you what is a pretty cool coin. Which I do like is these Spaniards World Cup ones, 1992. If you notice, Seville, 1992 World Cup.
Wow. Hello, DTS Coins in the house.
DTS Coins, nice to meet you. And there's more of the British Honduras coins, I think.
You know, after talking to Mark Peterson the other day with all the classical numismatics, I decided to do a little bit of background searching on those coins. And you know what's brilliant about them that I never realized? When they struck them for each emperor, the coins actually didn't just tell basic facts; they told stories.
Yes,
and of course, because they couldn't put it all in full lettering, they used abbreviations.
That's right. That is
but once you learn the abbreviations, you'll find out that it goes on. Like they'll say like Emperor Constantine. Provider of grain for the country and savior and all this. It's amazing the stuff that they actually put on those things.
Yeah, like the slave and the guard, and that'll be story over time as well. It's like a series, for example.
Yeah. Or seeing people in shackles. And it's saying defender of the empire, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, another coin to get, I think, is when the masters become the slaves and the slavers become the masters at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know about that. They were treated like the owners of the slaves would, in Roman times, they would treat them to luxury.
That tradition actually came right through to modern times, where now you see it in the military, particularly the Commonwealth military, where the senior rank takes off his uniform and gives it to the lowest rank.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's actually really interesting. I honestly didn't know that, Skip, to be honest. I didn't realise.
Yep. Every Christmas, that's what they do.
And that still goes today?
Still goes today.
Is that just like the British Army or around the Commonwealth, did you say?
Commonwealth. It's Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the whole works.
Oh, wow. No, I honestly didn't know that.
Yes, they do. They serve Christmas lunch. Metal Detecting North Carolina has joined the chat.
This is another. I think this is another little silver coin. It's Iceland. I think that is actually silver for the age. I think it's something like 6.35 silver or something like that. But some of these are in absolutely amazing condition. Republic of Cuba. Yeah, I don't know. I remember doing a video on this. That is absolutely interesting. If you find this video, read about that fort. It's actually built wrong.
That's the Cuban one?
Yeah.
What year is that one?
It's recent. It's I can't even see it on here. I think it's 2013. Yeah.
See, I'd like to have that, and I'd like to have the ones during the time of Batista.
Oh, that's pretty cool then. Then there's another one and this is interesting. It took me an absolute age to find out what this was on there. This is Brazil, and that is actually a woman making traditional blankets. There's a name for them.
That's a woman making traditional blankets.
Yeah, in Brazil, yeah.
There's one for you, Rebecca. Look at that one.
If you find that video, just look for Brazil coins mixed. Actually, what I can do is take a photo of it. And this is 1989, this one. There you go.
Thank you, Paula.
You can see all the spools of yarn coming off. And then you got the 8 spools.
I'm sorry, I really, really like that one.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
That is very cool. And that's Brazil?
Yeah, that is Brazil. It's amazing. I mean, it's the coin I like, and then you get these amazing designs, like traditional designs. There you go, 50 centavos, Brazil. And with that, I think it's this coin here, actually.
Yeah, I don't think that's quilting, Bob. I think that one was looming.
No, it's
because if it was, if it's a quilt, you're talking. They're using. Don't they use what do they call them? Swatch.
I can't remember, but
yeah,
you got the spools, and they patchwork these blanket things. There's a name for them, obviously, a traditional name.
Well, they have looms, and they have and in quilting they have long arms. And I have a funny feeling that Rebecca would be able to help me more with it. She does knitting, though. She does these beautiful blankets and stuff. Oh, I love my blanket.
And see this one here? This is the $100 Mexican coin, and there's 2 types of this one.
Oh, I got Rebecca.
Has a filled N.
What's the year on that one?
1984. It'll be. There's
cool.
2 types, 2 variants. On the N, it will be like a normal N, and the other one will be filled, and that's what that is.
That's cool. Rebecca's coming up into the live stream.
Hey!
Welcome, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello, Rebecca.
I'm not the only one interested in coins. In my mother's stuff, she had these pesos.
Oh, let me get you a little bigger so I can see it. Here we go.
I always was taught to hold it by the edge. It's a 1972. And the reason I have these now, this one has some green stuff on it that I will not clean.
Yeah, that's
copper. These coins my mother had when we were in Mexico, and I broke my left ankle. So it helped her to remember the year. And this one, I think it says, the other one says, see if I can scratch that off a little bit. 76. I was 9 when that happened, and yeah, I know how old I was. And there we go. But yeah, I keep these, to remember when I had an accident. And then I've got them here in a pill bottle. But they're all kinds of wheat pennies that I collect. Let's see if I can turn this without turning them over.
Yeah, don't fall out for goodness sake.
So they don't fall out. But I've got different years in here. I know that the 61 aren't wheats. It's the year I was born.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't find, I thought it was in my safe, but I can't find it. I have a proof set.
Which year was that proof set, sorry?
It's a proof set of 1961, all of the coins for 1961.
You might consider getting yourself a Littleton or a Whitman album to start sorting out your wheat cents and whatnot.
Yeah.
That way you can see it instead of just throwing them in jars or little containers.
Yeah. I'll think about doing that. And on a belt buckle that I have, I went to Coin Dealer and I got a 1921 Buffalo nickel,
right?
And a 1925 nickel. And then I got one the year that my mom and dad were married in 1944. And there's 6 coins on this belt buckle, and the rest of them down on the bottom are the year I was born.
Well, you're well on the way to crossing over the dark side.
And I do wear it. I did some glue that glued it on there. They haven't fallen off, and I hope they don't. But yeah, I know I need to do something with these instead of just leaving them in this little pill bottle thing. But I've learned that you do not clean coins at all.
No, that's a numismatic's nightmare.
Welcome there, Neil. Yeah, the beauty about being the beauty about being a coin collector is we can be broke but still have money.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, what was that, Dale?
That's a 62, I think. I would just.
But here's some beautiful hats. Here's some beautiful hats that I make. Yeah, I have a 61 that looks just like that.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rebecca's into her knitting.
Yep. This is knitting. This is a hat for a lady that's going to somebody, and here's the crocheted baby blanket that I'm making right now. That's the baby blanket that I'm working on. Trying to get it done. And you know what quality I make in the blankets you have, Skipper.
Oh boy, yeah. I'm already fighting my wife for it.
I understand.
And I am a witness.
Yeah. She's not just blankets. She's notorious. Anything that comes in that she thinks is really cool, it disappears. It's mine. I love this. But that's okay. I love her anyway.
Let me see if I can read what I need. A magnifying glass. My glasses are starting to
skip.
This one is
62.
44.
Oh, 1944. Is that a wheat penny?
That is a wheat penny. It's a it's the 40.
What mint is that? Is that Denver, San Francisco, Philly?
Well, if there's no mint,
there's no mint. There isn't. It doesn't.
Also,
it's Philadelphia then.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's a 44.
Still a lovely coin.
This one's a 44. I got 2 44s.
Is it steel or is it copper?
No, they're copper. Here's another I've got another 44, so I've got 3 of them.
Silver T's in the house, and he finally got that envelope from me.
And another 44. This one's a
So you got
41.
Oh, so still.
Yeah, this one's a 41.
Is that a filly as well? I should imagine.
And this is another 41. So 2 41s and 4 41s, or 44.
Silver T's birthday.
Good
So
grief.
anytime I get coins, I always check them to see if they're wheats.
Silver T's 9 years younger than my son.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're mid-range.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that I'm older than him too.
I'm 50, so it makes me really old.
Oh, good
No, it
grief.
doesn't. No, it doesn't. I was born in the 60s. I was born in the 60s. I was born in the 60s.
Oh.
You know you're old when your earliest memories are sitting in front of the radio listening to The Shadow.
Yeah, you're gonna have,
and getting our first television, which was a monstrous thing with a tiny screen, and watching Howdy Doody.
Howdy doody.
No.
I've
It's
got
Howdy
a.
Doody time.
We'll start at something now, and I. You say.
I wish I had a magnifying glass right now, because I know I see something below this 58. It looks like a D.
Be a Denver then. There's certain tools you should even as a base collector you should pick up a jeweler's loupe or a small magnifying glass. Get yourself a small scale, pair of calipers, which are handy. And they're not expensive. This stuff's inexpensive. And get yourself an earth magnet. Sometimes you can get them in the form of a slide, or you can cheap out like I did, and I went to Princess Auto and I got one that's in the form of a tray that they use for cars, but it's for identifying silver. Silver won't stick. Some other coins won't, but the majority, if you want to quickly figure out what's silver and what's not, that's pretty good. Geez, what other things could she get? That's
one of these, because if you drop your coin on the floor, you can pick it up.
Oh, you know what? I that is a good idea. I have grabbers,
And I do have a grabber.
Yeah, I got a grabber too. But yours has got a magnet on it. That's freaking awesome. Unless you drop silver.
I've got a grabber that does have a magnet to it too.
Oh wow! I use mine for doing laundry.
Silver. I don't like silver. It makes me exercise when I have to pick it up off the floor.
Oh, that's bad.
That's when I do my first press up.
I just found a 57.
Oh yeah.
57.
Yeah.
That's gonna be probably Denver, or if it's a nice shiny one.
It is. It is. It's a D.
I was my dad's remote control metal detecting NC.
This one's the year my brother Roscoe was born in 1960.
Cool.
It's a 60. And then here's another 60.
The thing that really creeps me out is when I look at Tracy was born in 65. That's my wife. She was born in 65. I joined the Army in 68. My wife was 3 years old when I joined the military.
Here's a 1944.
Oh, that's going to be probably Philadelphia, I should imagine, that one.
No, I take that back. It's 42.
Could
Looked at it at an angle, it's a 42. And this one's the 48. So yeah, I need to, and I guess I could probably go to one of the coin places here and just get one of those things to put these in.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they should have some pretty good deals too. And yeah,
okay.
Valuable coins, if you don't want them mucked up, get yourself a pair of gloves. They're cheap. Some white gloves. Yeah. So, I don't mind handling my ancients barehanded, but as far as my modern coins, especially the ones that are proof and whatnot, I handle them by the edge, and I try to protect them as much as possible. You don't want your fingerprints on them.
That's a silver coin. That one. That's 8.35, and that is from Finland. That's got a really low mintage, that one.
Interesting percentage, eh? 8.35?
Yeah. Same as that was silver.
Metal detecting NC, yeah, they've got tubes and stuff there too, but if you're serious about collecting, it's nice to be able to sort them out. So tubes are great if you're for storage, but as far as if you want to start cataloging what stuff you have and have it all the years laid out and everything in order, get yourself the Littleton and the Whitman albums are cheap. They're cheap. You get into the oh boy, I just lost the name of it. Why have I forgotten the name? I know why, because Dansko albums are expensive, but they are absolutely gorgeous down in the States. But you'll pay an arm and a leg for those ones.
And does it really matter? Do I have to just tell him that they're for pennies, or does it matter?
Oh yeah, they have specific albums for whatever the denomination is. So you get pennies albums, nickel albums, so that the little space is the right size for the coin. You just push it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Pop in thing, but unless you're like me, where I just get anything and just put my coin flips in and keep them that way. Because
would you recommend that me putting these in the paper ones with the what they are?
Yeah, the coin flips. Yeah,
Yeah, you can do it with flips too. It's entirely up to you how you want to do your collection.
Okay.
I mean, the way I do my
let's see if you can guess what this penny one will be. It's a 39.
Okay, that's going to be if it's a 39, that's a wheat penny, yeah?
It is a wheat penny.
Hold it up for me again so I can see it. I'm putting you on large.
So that's probably going to be either a Philadelphia or a Denver, that one.
No, this one is a San Francisco.
Oh, right, okay. So that's pretty cool.
This one was an S. That's why I had it wrapped in this little paper that said San Francisco 39S. That one really surprised me that this was a 39.
Yeah, I've done some because now and then I put a quiz out, and people say it's really hard, but it's not really. I put a lot of clues.
So how often?
In the video.
How often did they make this San Francisco?
How often do they make them on that particular year?
Yes.
I can find out for you.
Yeah, isn't nowadays San Francisco mostly proof and specimen coins they do there?
Yeah. Sorry, what was it? 1930?
39.
39.
39.
What I was going to do is collecting all these different coins. Of course, my mother and my father were born in 21 and 25, and then they got married in 44. Then I have my oldest sister was born in 54, No, 45. My oldest sister was born in 45.
Right.
My brother Rick was born in 47. And then my sister Christine was born in 49. They didn't have another child until 53. Then my sister that everybody met, Judy, was born in 56. Then my brother Ronald in 58. Then my brother Roscoe and I were in 60 and then 61. And
boy, that's quite a gap.
Yes. Well, the gap between my sister Marilyn and my sister Judy was due to that my sister Marilyn should not be alive.
Oh.
She was born with cystic fibrosis. She was 2 years old in the hospital in Kansas City, Missouri. And the doctors didn't realize that they left the door cracked. My mom heard them say, if this baby doesn't get a second summer, she's going to die. So my mom went home and told my dad, and they left Missouri in the winter and drove to Southern California. My sister Marilyn got that second summer and that chance of living, and she is still alive to this day.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is.
And it's a testimony to your parents, what they're willing to do for their own child. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Correct. She does have lung problems. She had no cleft palate when she was born.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the few siblings that can understand her. They always come to me when they talk to Marilyn. Well, I was raised around it. I heard her, the slurred speech that she has and everything. But yeah, she's still here. She's going to be in October. I'm thinking, next year she'll be 70.
Wow.
If I'm thinking correctly, she was born in 53. So
yeah, she'll be 70 next year.
She'll be 70 next year.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then us last four, because there wasn't any children from 53 to my sister and Judy in 56. And the last four of us, it's like they had the first four and then there was this break and then the last four were born. So yeah, what I was going to do was put these coins in a bracelet for my mom, but I never did. And then when she passed, she handed me this little thing with all the coins in it. So I still have them, and I won't be doing that. I won't be making them into a bracelet.
No, I will keep them as numismatics rather than putting either holes in them or adding to them, because they're worth more as they are in raw form. But answer to your question with the 39 is 52,070,000 were made.
Wow.
So it was quite a few, but then you got to realize it's back in 1939. So you got to say take off half for missing, damaged coins, whatever, and then you take off a quarter for people in collections and top drawer, maybe forgotten about coins, and then so that what gives you probably around about a 20 million around somewhere. Probably stuck in tills, vaults and stuff like that, or in other collections as well.
And that wonderful spattering of them that are stuck in the ground somewhere for our metal detectorists to find.
Yeah, we've got to give some of them
to find that someone pulled something out of their pocket and they fell and didn't know they did.
Exactly, and there's lots of that.
Correct.
Detector, these drive-through cinemas. Back in the day, back in the 50s, when they were all just a big rage, and he goes around them, the old one. You can still see the posts where they were, and he's found some amazing stuff on there.
I miss those drive-in theaters.
I know where one is on 70 where I live, but it's not open anymore.
old
Yeah.
school high school.
You know, you can see it, but it's closed.
All right. I suppose if you get sort of permission, you can go around and have a look. But if you, I think the best place to actually go and look for change, what people probably may overlook, is really old school high school fields where they used to have like the pet rallies and stuff like that. The hot dog stands, you know, like the Fates, where they used to have Fates. They will be a treasure trove of change.
Yeah.
I
Small towns that had fields where they used to set up carnivals and circuses.
Yeah.
Those were great spots to do metal detecting.
Yeah, if you can find that one where it's like the one I would love to go to, where I used to live in Pinehurst, where they used to have all the May Day fairs and all the army was out and showing all their stuff. You know, you had the ice cream vans and many other things, like as you said, like the carnival stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the jumble sales, flea markets, they've got a big circle. And I'd love to go around that and metal detect on that. But yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like a big spaceship.
Cool. Rebecca, those are all US coins you've got, right?
Correct. Except for the two, except for the ones from Mexico. That's the only ones I have.
There. Yeah, Ogre Coins was asking.
Yes. And it's usually just pennies that I collect, but you know, I'll probably start looking for some other things. Like I said, I have the nickels that was a Indian buffalo head that I picked up for the years that my parents were born and stuff that I have on that belt buckle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't wear it. I only wear it on my birthday, so it doesn't get worn a lot.
Right.
You know, and stuff like that. And I made sure that I used a glue that wasn't going to ruin the coin. You know, that glued it on that belt buckle.
I would love to metal detect on there.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my goodness!
I hear that if you find any coins in England, you can't keep them.
Oh, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
I'd seen some.
It depends what you're doing and where you're mud. If you're mud larking, get my teeth back in. Then that's a whole different ball game. But if you're metal detecting on a protected site, then yes, you have to hand them in, and you have to belong to a history club, metal detecting club. But if you're doing recreational, and say for example, I went on here. I mean, my house when I was growing up was about there, the third house down, when I was a baby.
Yes.
And they used this thing's huge. It's massive. It looks like a big spaceship. And we call that the circle. And the army, the Fates, the May Day fairs. That used to be a cricket ground as well, so that's how big it is. We used to I would love to go around there and find some really old stuff. I'm pretty sure I'd find some pre-decimal coins easily on there. And my school used to be just there, and I was always late. It's only like 4 doors down, 5 always late for school.
10 Bob says car booty fields would be a great to detect car booty. Is that like Lover's Lane?
The car boot. It's imagine like you take your car full of stuff you want to get rid of. You open the car boot, and it acts as a store. And
okay, like a flea market.
Yeah.
But you're out of your car. Okay, well, booty to me is not. Car booty is like Lover's Lane.
That's exactly what you're saying, young man.
It's like we call it a trunk and a hood, and in a different country they call it a bonnet and and a boot. You know, we call it a trunk and a
Hood.
And a hood here, hood's under where the engine is and the trunk is. Well, right now I have a, if you know what a minivan is.
Yeah, I owned one for many years. Yep.
That's a car boot
Yeah.
sale.
Wow.
So you line up.
So people get out in a boot.
Out in the boot. That's Canadian.
boot.
Yeah, just line up and just get your stuff out of the car boot, and then you just go around buying stuff.
Gee, I just opened up my garage, put out my tables, and I set out my signs, and I wait for them to come to me.
But yeah, you get thousands of people go to these. There's one in Warwickshire on an airfield, and that's where they used to hold the Avro Vulcans, and that's where I took my photographs from that very spot. It's on part of the runway. They closed one part of the runway off, and then the next bit is the Air Force part or the museum part in Warwickshire. And every Sunday they'll take the Vulcan up and turn it, and then take it back down. And that's how I managed to get my photos. It's like when you go to the toilets, you can actually go up on the. I suppose it's like an old World War II control tower, so to speak. And you can
wait a minute. You're confusing me here. You're saying you're taking the Vulcan bomber up, you're making an embankment, and then you go to the toilet? What happens? It sprays all over the crowd that's watching?
Well, it's not my fault. I should have bought umbrellas at the car boot sale.
They really do things differently in England.
They do.
They do.
It's so much rain. No, I haven't been to the Farnborough. I've been to obviously to the Fairford one, but I've never been to Farnborough. Farnborough's a new one, but Fairford I've been to so many times. I used to go in there for free, and plus I lived in Hannington, so if you got Hannington Hill, RAF Fairford's like cut the miles that way, and because of safety, the planes actually fly over Hannington. So you have to do is stand here, and you get the better view. The pilots sort of wave to you, and because cars and buses are not allowed through Hannington, where they used to, you have to have special permission tickets to park there and go there. So I didn't have to go down to the air show in the end. Just watched it from the field. So you stand up on the gate like this and just watch the planes just literally right there. So where everybody was paying in the blazing sun. Because
I'm gonna turn my camera off and my mic, and I'm gonna go get a picture that I took of a plane and show you guys.
Sure.
So I'll be back.
I'll be back. Oh, that's such a famous saying. Got a couple newbies into the chat. We got Crossover Paranormal Society. Hello. And I saw a question there regarding anyone know detector what is that? Anyone know detector gadget? Detector
Gadget is a channel, YouTube channel.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was the cartoon.
That's Inspector Gadget.
Oh, Inspector Gadget. Okay.
That's a costume you should get, actually. I can imagine in your little grey Mac.
Oh, really? Let's do one costume at a time, shall we?
Go copter.
Oh, he won his 100 sub giveaway. Awesome.
Congratulations. Actually, can I just mention a giveaway for Neil? He's doing a 300 subscriber giveaway, and this will interest a lot of people because he's giving away slabbed comics.
Slabbed comics. Ooh.
And all you need to do is shout out 2 channels of your choice with over 1,000. I think Neil's probably better explain this and then 2 for over 500 subscribers and 1 random channel. That's all you need to do. It's really simple, and he's got about 4 people at the moment, 4 or 5 people entered at the moment. So yeah, he's got some amazing prizes for his channel. So everybody in the chat, go to Neil's Comics and Video Games. His channel is right there in the description, and get in on his 300 subscriber giveaway. I think he's got about a few weeks left. So he won gold and silver picker. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Dimebag Darren Lowe's in the house.
Yeah, he's got 3 people so far. So please get in there with Neil. Support a great guy. He's a really great man. Oh, that's a Bristol Bulldog, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's a Bristol.
I know I'm getting a lot of glare, so I can't quite make it.
Let me pull it out because
that's
that's
a biplane, right?
Yeah,
it's a closed cockpit.
Oh, it's a closed cockpit.
It is closed. Yes.
Now let me think, because I know my planes very well. So I'll have to have another look at it without the glare.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out of the brass frame that it's in.
Because if it is what I think it is, it looks like a 0.
You mean the fuselage looks like a 0?
There it is.
Wow.
Oh. Where was that taken? If you don't mind me asking.
That was taken in a town called Marshall, Missouri. It was taken in probably 84 when I came back here. My father was a really good photographer, and he took me to an air show. Knew that I loved planes, and there's another one over here that I took a little bit of a picture of. But yeah, this was a closed cockpit.
So it's obviously a modified plane then. So it's obviously going to be.
Yes.
It was a open cockpit at some point.
No, this the person said this. They said this one was a closed cockpit always. I just don't remember. I just don't remember what it was.
Custom plane.
Look at the placement of the wings, Dale. They're right over. They're right over the head.
Yeah, the 2. I think that's probably custom made. That is.
I've never seen one like that.
No, can you tell us what plane that is? It's obviously.
I can't remember.
Oh, to me, that looked like a Bristol.
But yeah, that was a pretty special picture. It was my first time taking a picture of an airplane.
Very nice. I like the way you've got it framed too. It's quite nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I've had this thing for years. My dad had it for a while, but yeah, it just kind of sets it off. And that brass is pretty bright. But yeah, that is one of my favorite pictures.
Yeah, if you do get a picture like that and you want to get rid of the glare, they do have non-glare glass you can put in those frames. That would really help so that people, especially if it's a deep frame, it'll help cut that down. People can see it.
It's not real deep. I have a mat to keep the picture, the picture off of it.
That is now.
Yeah.
That was a Beechcraft.
Oh. Okay.
I knew Dale would do that because he's really big on planes and he does all the models and stuff. I knew you'd do that.
That was a Beechcraft. So if anybody
I
wants to check it
just,
out,
not that I'm, liking red, but that was just so stunning of an
they are
airplane.
nice.
And I'm guessing it's probably a two-seater or a 3.
I like Sea Tutor better.
2-seater.
My dad worked in the fireflies. Yeah, they which went off the carrier. That's absolutely right. Swordfish. As
Wasn't
I said,
that
my dad
one?
worked for Vickers, back in because he was too young to go in the war, and plus, my dad was a professional football player. But when he played his second game or third game, he was pushed in a thrasher machine and lost his leg. And then he started being an engineer for Vickers and worked on the Spitfire and the Shackleton at Vickers. And now it's the Honda factory up the road. So that's it's been there forever. You can still see the runway in that. I'm watching a documentary series on Disney Plus, Treasure Trove of Rome, showing the archaeological digs around the finds of Rome, of Adrian's War of England. Very interesting coins. Yeah, that they are. Every mile marker is obviously a turret, is obviously a fort or things like that. So yeah, it's absolutely. If you go there, there's about another 20 miles up. There's another war. I can't remember the name of it. It's an older war, and then Adrian pulled the wall back. And that's what we see today because it's actually on a very high defense, or like a hill, and it goes all the way from, I believe it's from Carlisle to I can't remember the other place. Up far anyway, through the Lake District, all the way up through there. So it's quite far. And I think that's where Game of Thrones got the North of the Wall from. I believe anyway.
You know what? That did remind me of it.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
But yeah, Lost Treasures of Rome I mean, Adrian was considered a really good leader, and when he was in Rome, he was classed the center of the earth. He had one of the biggest libraries. So yeah, he was a good emperor. He was. Dimebag Darren's at work. Silver tea. It'd be great to have silver tea. Well, actually, talking about planes, what do you think my favorite plane is?
Narrow it down for us.
I'll narrow it down. What is my favorite?
Because there's such a myriad
of what years and what was it jet or prop?
It's jet. My favorite fighter is 1950s. Okay, and they're still flying today. And my favorite World War II bomber.
Oh! World War II bomber, Lancaster.
No.
Well, that's my favorite one. Jet would be the Harrier.
No.
Well, so much for you. I've told you the ones were my favorite.
I don't know.
The F-16.
Oh, the F-16. Yeah.
The F-16.
I like the my favorite was shown today by Devil Dog is the Blue Angels.
Oh yeah, they fly the F-18 Super Hornet.
Yeah. Yes.
They're really, really cool. I do like the Hornets, but nothing will ever out. I just love the look of the F-16. Either A or B, it doesn't matter which type. And my favorite World War II bomber is the B-29 Flying Fortress because they are just looking cool.
But of course,
of course,
the coolest plane ever. I mean, the Lancaster was a fantastic plane. It was built for purpose. But I mean, don't you look cool with the B-29 behind you? Be honest. I mean, one's rugged Lancaster, and then you got this cool Ferrari sat next to it.
Forget that noise. The only plane I ever wanted to fly in, and of course I lost that opportunity, was the Concorde. I would have loved to have gone for a ride in a Concorde.
Nah, my friend went up in one. He said uncomfortable as anything.
Well, yeah, I mean it's not as spacious, but it's supersonic.
Don't feel anything.
The only plane that I've ever flew on from Oregon to here was a 747.
Right.
It was on United, and it was a 740, either a 737 or a 747. And I haven't flown since. It might have been the 47 because it was in the 80s.
Yeah, I think
so. It's probably the seven. I think it was probably the 747.
Yeah, if it's transatlantic, it's going to be the 747. Depends which type, like 300, 400, 700. I think it's probably 7. I think it's the 700 now, isn't it? The wide-bodied version. Nice looking plane. The Queen of the Skies, as they say.
Favorite.
I can talk about planes as much as I can talk about coin. And
Dale, I see something going on in chat here. Favorite medieval city.
Favorite medieval city, I would say there's a really old street that people don't know of, and it's in Devizes, and it's still dated back to the 15th century, and it's still the same as it is today. But medieval city, I would say, is going to be Malmesbury, because that is not changed for forever. That's worth really. If you want to see something really old, go there. Go to those two places. Leacock, yeah. Anywhere in the Cotswolds is going to be all medieval.
I'm sorry. I fell in love with Salisbury.
Yeah, Salisbury. That's amazing. Another amazing place. But again, that's all citified. I mean, out in the sticks, untouched. It's going to be Scarborough, Whitby, beautiful, shipping villages. I would say, as for cities go, I would say Bath is one of the better, older cities from going back to the.
What's the Roman name for Bath?
Bath, bathe.
No,
Wet.
no. Aquasulas.
Yeah, Aquasulas.
I'm getting an education now. I had no idea.
You really should visit. I mean, the UK have got some fabulous places to see.
Oh, people. I mean, London is an amazing place. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of history there because of what it was, and it's worth visiting. But yeah, again, when you go out, especially where Neil said York and all those sort of places, is absolutely breathtaking. I mean, my favorite place on the planet is Scotland. Absolutely tons of history, castles and Stirling Castle, and you got the rolling hills. It is amazing. But when you come down south, you got more industrial, but we do have the real old Iron Age forts dotted around, like we're not far from Stonehenge, believe it or not. But I would say the better place, Stonehenge is not what you see, what it was like when I was a kid. There used to be a road going right through it, and you can see it. It was no more than about 100 feet away from it. Now they've stopped the road, they blocked the road off, so you have to go all the way around. and they've put a hill around it so you can't see it from the road. So you have to actually go in. But there's a secret. Now, if you live in the village, it's free. If you know somebody from the village, it's free. But the guy who actually owns the land sold it to the heritage, and everybody who wants to come and visit, and it's in the charter, can only pay for a shilling. So shillings, which is now, I would say, 25 pence in today's value. And they're charging the arm and leg to go there. But you can actually state to them in the legislation, when it was voted over to the heritage, it's only 25 pence. They can't argue with it. So there you go. You can go and check it out if you want.
Yeah, I could have thrown a stone and hit Dale 5 years ago. I was that close to his house.
Yeah, literally. Never going to forgive him for that.
Well, didn't know you then. What can I say?
He could have come in for a cup of tea.
The only time I've been out of the United States was when my parents took me to Vancouver, from Washington State through the Vancouver, and we went up to the gardens up there, and Mexico, and now you have to have a passport to go into those two countries, which I don't have one.
Yeah, I used to travel to the States all the time as a kid with my student ID. That's all I had.
You know, now you got it. Now you got to spend out some money to go to these countries.
Yeah, it's like us having a passport to go to Scotland, or Wales. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? As long as you got some kind of date of birth or an ID, you should travel through it. I believe in free travel that way. I mean, free movement. I've been to Southampton. My friend, my brother's friend, in fact, used to own a pub called the Red Lion in Southampton. Portsmouth, been there many times, and Plymouth, down the naval stations.
Oh, I like Plymouth. Man, Plymouth was a blast. Went on all the ships. Yeah, I went on all the ships. The Warrior. Went in, see the Mary Rose. Actually watched Britain's brand new aircraft carrier got pulled into the dock while I was there. I was watching them dock the aircraft carrier.
Oh, the Elizabeth II.
Yeah. It was absolutely fantastic. Got to stand on the spot where a certain admiral got shot.
Oh, wow.
Wow. You had to tip the admiral.
Thank you.
That's what that comes to.
I didn't know that they had glass that wouldn't be shiny, so I'll have to get some of that because it's hard to see that plane.
Yeah, non-glare glass really works good with stuff like that. That's what I've used on mine.
So that's 5 miles from where I live, where I grew up, Skip. So, I mean, Neil is from Scarborough and Whitby are beautiful shipping villages. Yeah, Scarborough is like underrated. It's actually an amazing place. Leacock, or Laycock, so it's pronounced. But
I'll admit Brighton was the one that caught me off guard because I never, ever, ever in my wildest dreams thought that I'd see palm trees in England.
You get a lot of palm trees in Wales. You get a lot of palm trees in Wales, but Brighton and down by that area up till Chichester is rocky. It's not great for sunbathing. As people
heck no! I wouldn't want to lie on those beaches. They were all pebbles.
And they're not stable. They get a lot of floats in from pebbles in from, say, churned up from the shipping lane down there. So, and it then brushes through. And that's probably why you get a lot of that sort of debris on there. But if you actually go down there, you can actually find some really cool fossils. Actually, if you look closely, and if you see a white groove in the pebble, give it a good crack, and you'll find yourself a fossil. It opens up
cool.
like an oyster.
Oh wow!
So if you might even find some amazing crystals down there as well. I've never been to Blackpool. Blackpool is,
I don't know.
a really
Is Blackpool as popular these days as it used to be? I don't think so.
That's exactly what I was trying to get at. I mean, when I was a kid, I went to Blackpool. I've been to Blackpool probably about 10 times in my lifetime, and it was great. You had the fun fair, you had all that, and I think they're replenishing it. But the best place that I remember is the called the Grand National. It's a double roller coaster, yeah, and it's now called the Big Dipper, whatever. It changed names over the years, but the still there is what they call, I can't remember what it's called now. I think it's called the Paradise thing. It's like a club. It's like blue and white, and it's got the same reflection on the outside. You can still go in and have a look. It's all free to go in, and it's worth going. But it's a lot of it's. I think the golden age is gone of seaside towns. You know,
it's all the fault. It's the fault of the movie Jaws. It was bound to happen. But
yeah, I think that's my belief anyway. Like some of the hotels are falling apart, and things like that. You know, a lot of it that is down to poor maintenance, change of hotels, lack of things like that. So I think the seaside. I mean, it's great to go and have the experience, but I think when you live in a seaside town, my friend like Steve lived there at Weymouth, and he only visited the beach 3 times when he was there for 12 years. He walked down the beach, obviously, because he had to go to work, but he goes, it's just too much hassle. He goes, he couldn't wait to get back into Swindon again, because he just can't move. So yeah, it's, you know, for the residency, it's not very comfortable.
I've actually watched the Northern Mudlarkers too. I'm sorry, I just saw the chat. Northern Mudlarkers is one of the channels I've watched.
Yeah, I've never been to Dorset as much as I wanted to, especially, I mean, to look for fossils. But if you go down to if you ever go to a place, this is what, as I said, Chichester a minute ago. If you like cathedrals, really old cathedrals, and you listen to the choirs and stuff, Chichester. It's obviously not as big as Salisbury, but the grounds are much bigger. You got a lot more to them. It's amazing, and you can. They got an old Roman mosaic on the floor they found, and you can see through the glass floor and look down there as well. It's pretty cool.
Rebecca, you'd like some of these small towns, the way they lay out their farmers markets and stuff, and where they have the craft fairs. They're flipping amazing.
I bet they are.
It's. I mean, it's a collector's. As I said, it's a collector's plate, Evan, because you can find all sorts of stuff down there. I mean, I got my boy a whole set of Indiana Jones and the Crystal Maze figures. Harrison Ford, obviously from Star Wars, and he was in his Indiana thing. The Crystal Skull, the toys, and he got it for $5, the whole lot.
Darren, mudlarking, Darren, is when we tie birds onto you and throw you in the mud and we dig you up.
Mudlarking is where you go down to an estuary or a beach or when the tide goes out, and you just left with a silt, and you walk around, and you just find old treasures like pipes, musket balls, and things. But that, if you find coins from there, that's where you hand them in to the what they call the you have to hand them to the police, and they take them to the whatever museum, and they give you free quotes from the top, from a proper quote, and you can either accept the payment, or you can say, they'll say, what, say you found something, say, I don't know, a King Henry VIII gold coin, you can it'll either be named in a magazine and then put into a museum, and it will then have your name on it and when it was found, or you can accept the payment. Me personally, I'd rather be put in a magazine and have the publicity. That's what I would do, because it's there forever. So that's what's so good. But mudlarking, with certain licenses, you can, what they call, it's now, actually I looked the other week, and it belongs to the Thames Water Authority. It used to be under the Queen's Council, and you apply for it. It used to be free. Now you have to pay something like £15 or something crazy, or £90 for 5 years. And my license is, you can go down 4 inches, about trowel length, a very small trowel, but you're not allowed to metal detect. You're not allowed to dig. Anything. So if something was stuck, I don't know. Say you got your Kennedy dollar, and it's stuck like that in the ground like that. You're not allowed to move it. It's got to be left like that. The tide has physically got to loosen that coin before you pick it up. So if you at the ground, absolutely, so you can't get away with it. This camera is probably
that's a lot different than what we do here. Holy cow!
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
and then you
it
obviously
certainly
take
is.
it to the police station. Got pipes and stuff. When you got your bucket, there's always police walking up and down, and they check your bucket to make sure they'll have to empty it on the wall. And if you've got musket balls, pipes and stuff, whatever, belt buckles or anything, they just say, just don't worry about it. If there's anything coinage, they say, well, it's not, can't really see what it is. Just don't worry about it. You get a lot of groats. You get loads of groats, 4 pence basically. And you get loads of those, and they normally let you have them because then they're like 10 to the dozen. If you ever see them on eBay and they're worth a lot of money, just think where they come from. You can go down there, spend 90 quid, have it for, I think it's a 5-year license now. I think I'm pretty sure. And you can go and find a bucket full easily.
Yeah.
Because always been washed up. I mean, they minted them by the millions. So
I would think, Dale, I would think that mudlarking along the west coast of Canada, given the disaster in Japan, they should be able to find all kinds of stuff along the west coast.
Yeah, especially up by the say the Northwest Passage, with its main, the main route through, and it sort of recedes. I don't know if it recedes in the summertime. I think it'll have a bit of an embankment, especially at the estuary, where everything's going to be washed in on the corners, because that's where it normally lands. I reckon as you say, you'll find tons of stuff. I don't think there's probably that many people who do it up there either.
There's been incidents where they've even found a Japanese motorcycle. They found it washed up on the beach, and this is what 3-4 from the tsunami.
Yeah, they gave it back to the owner, didn't they?
Yeah, it's now back in Japan on display.
Yeah. Because I remember that. It was being shipped over, wasn't it, on a container or something? He bought it off some site, and it obviously the tsunami hit. D Holler Super Crew, the best aircraft carrier, the best aircraft was the super carrier in the 19s and 20s. Yep, it was absolutely amazing aeroplane. There was lots built though, especially it was piloted by Major William G. Bill, which it was banking a sort of Camel pilot.
If you want to go for a ride on a Sopwith Camel, go to Wetaskiwin to the museum there, and they give flights where you can take a 15-minute or a half-hour flight in a Sopwith.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. The only trouble in the Sopwith Camel, the only thing they had problems with, you can only land from the left because the way the rotary engine was, and pilots were constantly fighting to keep it to the right because it wanted to pull to the left all the time. So it was. I
don't have to worry about it. I can't get it in any way.
Do you remember Biggles? That was a Sopwith Camel. Biggles. I loved that film.
Snoopy liked it too.
Well, I'm gonna get off here because I've got to go eat dinner. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I've heard this before. I'm hungry now.
I'm hungry. I gotta go eat.
Okay, thanks for coming up, Rebecca.
Not a problem. I hope you get your blanket back.
Yeah, I know. She took it already.
It's like, just kind of like, hey, come on, wife, I need my blanket.
I know, but you know what? She gets me those eyes and that smile. I melt.
I know.
Well,
maybe I should make a one for her. So you both have a blanket.
Get his original blanket back.
It only took me 10 days to make that.
Wow.
Literally 10 days from the start to finish. And that wasn't working on it all the time.
Well, some people got talent and some people don't, and I'm not one of those with talent, so I got to promote the ones that do.
Yeah. My mother was a really quick crocheter and knitter. We used to call her Billy the Kid with knitting needles, and she would knit really quickly. And she'd say, "Oh, I'm starting this jumper," and in 10 minutes, it's like, "What's your size?" I said, "What?" It's just like it's done everything. It's like, "What? How have you done that?" So she'd just do it. And,
well, this is crocheting, and there was times that I'd have to rip it back out because I'd forget to put 2 double crochets in one hole and stuff, and I'd see that it wasn't right, and I'd have to rip it back out. But yeah, it took me literally 10 days to do that blanket.
That's quick.
That's it.
That's quick.
That is quick. But when you've got yarn that big, it goes quick. You know.
You do understand when I tell jokes about crocheting, it's nitwit.
No, I did not. But yeah, I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed making it for his giveaway, and
I love it. And it's the softest thing I have, and warm, and get it back.
I want my blanket back.
I could use it down here. I'm freezing.
Oh my goodness.
You know, if you do know the blanket, you know you still never going to get the original one back. So
yeah. Well, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, enjoy your meal, Rebecca. Bye now.
Take it easy. Bye.
Rebecca, nice to see you.
Bye. Come on.
And she's gone.
What a lovely lady.
She is absolutely fantastic.
S finds mudlarks the terms. Yeah, I used to go down. I've been down a couple of times, but the tide comes in so quick. By the time you get down there from where we are, it's in. So I never actually got anything. So that's one thing you got to be wary of, is that the tide don't come in up over the embankment. It comes through the embankment. So you got to be on your wits all the time, so don't go off venturing too far down the estuary, otherwise and that's where people get caught. They're right out thinking they're fine, and it comes up, and they got to realize the Thames used to be a lot wider than it used to be, and they closed it in because of the big stink, so it ran faster because it was a very slow moving river. So all the sewage would stink out the town from the River Fleet, and hence fleet.
Okay, that sounds rather unpleasant.
It was unpleasant. So they, I can't remember the engineer, but he narrowed the Thames. The river ran faster and washed away all the sewage quicker. So it was a mass. I mean, you're talking probably 300 is a marker in London where it used to be. I think it's probably around about a good 300 feet either side. It's about 150 feet in. So, and they moved it in. So it's a lot narrower than it used to be.
You know, we are so lucky to live in the days that we are now. I mean, talk about so much for the good old days. We don't have chamber pots being dumped out in the streets, horse manure all over the roads that are being scraped up, because imagine the smell.
Oh, yeah. I mean, actually, Treasure Woman's video was on about that in a video today, where they used to throw all the flying poop everywhere out the windows, and one lady was hit and complained, and things got changed. I mean, the Romans, look what the Romans did. They had they had like stepping stones across the sewage ways, which is now you can still see them, especially in Pompeii and places like that where they dug out. You can actually see the square blocks.
Well, yeah, they were way ahead of their time.
Yeah. So now they use them as roads. So you know, the roads that was back then, what we think of cobble roads, they were sewage runners. So it's nuts to think that, oh yeah, this road's been here for years, but it wasn't a road. No. It was actually where the waste went. And then you had these stepping stones in the center.
Yeah. My father-in-law went to Mexico, and he was staying in. He actually got one of these. They're like an Airbnb. He was staying in this thing, and this place actually had a groove cut in the middle of the road, and the raw sewage, you can watch it flowing down the middle of the road and going right into the bay, and you can see where the people were swimming and right where the sewage was coming out into the water.
Oh,
and like, you know, what a way to live.
Germaphobes of today would die under those. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If it doesn't rain soon, we'll get another big stink. Yeah, that's true.
It's raining like crazy here.
Hey, digging Canuck treasure hunter. Yeah, it's. I mean, as you say, we are very lucky that we don't have to go through that. I mean, the worst thing we have now really is dog poo. You know what I mean? That's probably the real infestation in the Western society.
We don't even see it here because it's illegal.
Yes,
in Canada, you walk with your bags or with your scooper, pooper, whatever they call it, and I rarely see it on the roads anymore, on the sidewalks. It's gone.
You get the odd ones like fox more than anything else, like fox stuff, but it's illegal to walk. It's actually, people don't realize, if you don't go out with 2 bags, it's actually illegal. So if you pick up one and use one, you got one. You can say I've already used one. But yeah, it is actually a crazy law. People don't realize. But Lauren, she takes a whole roll with her. So she's, you know, she keeps getting told off by the guy down the road here. And I want to go up with her one day because he goes, "Oh, don't let your dog, you know, do anything against the house and stuff." Well, a dog's entitled to poo and pee where it likes, as long as you clean it. As long as it's not inside the house. And I mean, you've seen Finn, he's only a small little carpet, you know what I mean? He's no bigger than a roller, you know, a paint roller. And the poop that whoever's dog it is bigger than he is, but she's one who gets blamed for it. But no, she's a baby, you know, she inspects everything, make sure it is all right. Digging Canute with treasure. I'm Zaction. Nice to see you.
Zaction. Put your links in, guys, and anybody wants to come up.
But yeah, tools of the trade for collecting. Now, this is what I used to use for pointing out in my videos for where to look for.
Right.
It used to be like an engraver, but I kind of broke the edge off it, so now that's what I used it for. Look. So it comes out with a pretty cool pointer. I don't know if I've still got tools in here actually. No, it's empty. So I just found some of my tools. I emptied one of my things away, and got my little micro cope. A caliper is a must.
Yep.
And obviously weighing scales.
Yep.
Weighing scales is a must, and of course, tools to trade: coin flips, staples, stapler.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Ruler, protractor, jeweler's tool, a magnet slide.
Yeah.
I wonder what Neil uses. If you know, when you're looking for comics, obviously I'm going to get a USB microscope with a screen.
Yeah, you know what? That's my next step too, because I'm using the one that's running off of OBS, and I'm not I have the OBS, so I want to use it, but not just for a scope. This was a $30 Chinese knockoff. It works okay, but I would like to have that separate screen. It'd be nice to have.
Yeah, and of course we'll have a screen, and I've got mine for free, guys. Well, that's pretty cool.
Free is always good.
Free is amazing. I saw your little setup you have. But I mean, when you check for comics, do you check for like length? Do you check? Obviously, looking for the normal stuff like dings and stuff like that, and obviously corners, and like I would do with banknotes. I mean, is there any like comics that could be out of shaped? You don't need anything really for comic books, but what about if they're misaligned? Would you check out if there's a margin, for example, like a banknote margin, where they used to cut them by hand years ago? They're sometimes a bit off-centered, and some are close to the margin. So I thought there would be some kind of free is my favorite price. But I think, if you're looking for like margins or misprinted fonts or whatever, you know what I mean, or spelling mistakes in comics or continuity errors.
What's considered the golden age of comics?
Do you know what? I'd probably say the 50s.
Because I've heard it the expression. I was just wondering, is that like going back as far as the 30s to the 50s?
That's a difficult one to actually judge an era by era. I'll probably say the 50s. I think there was a lot more science fiction coming out in the 50s, 40s and 50s.
I have some here. I'm gonna grab them.
Yeah, it's I mean, the same as banknotes, Neil. They could be printed the same way, but after a while, it could be like a misprint. It could be like a letter misprint, or the letters in the comics could be misaligned or out of margin. Like the bubble. The bubble writing. Or one of the characters not coloured in properly. I don't know if you've searched for that or not. I'm not really too sure. the paper type, maybe?
Yeah, I'm still on.
It would be worth actually getting some comics myself and having a look through and seeing. I probably would never find anything. January 1935 to June 1947.
Okay, that answers my question.
Thank you, Neil. Neil's a great guy, isn't he?
Like I got them things like this.
Porky Pig. You telling lies again? Drop off, guys. Have a great rest of the all day. Take care. And you too, Ogia coins. Oh, we still need what's that there? Oh. We need to put 10 bob. Did you get my email? What's that one there? The Reaper. You can see it. Oh, I can't see the glare. Oh, Deadpool.
Issue number 1.
This is new to me. The Atomic Age is July 1947 to 1958. The Atomic Age. Well, I suppose it would make sense. I put in 2 messages. I made one error with Gmail, and I used Jason's email on his homepage. Carnage. Have you got Jason's email at all, Skipper?
No, I do not. The only way I contact him is through Discord.
Oh, what I'll do is when Skipper contacts Jason again, he'll send me the email and I'll send it to you, 10 Bob. There's no rush really, I suppose, is there? For that, Jason's not in any rush, but it's fine. Do you know the year of Porky Pig?
I believe that one was 53, I think. Hold on.
Yeah, that makes sense. So 1947 to 1950 is the Atomic Age, because that's obviously for the atomic bombs going off. And I suppose you'd have 1970s to the 80s would probably be the colourful age.
Yeah. See. Apparently, I do collect comics too.
Can you show him Porky Pig again, please? Get yourself big, please, there, Skip.
Oh, hey, I'm already big. I don't want any bigger. Okay, let's do this here.
Those colours, man, they're so vibrant. Dow Comics. About another 4 years. Silver Tay. Porky Pig and whom?
I don't know. Some other pig that's hitting him with a pick.
Can you read the story to us, please, Skipper?
I'm not opening that. I want to open it, but I can't. It's like I got all these Superman ones. I'd love to read these, but no, I can't freaking open them. I got ones with Venom and even goofy ones like this crazy. Mind you, that one.
Oh yeah, read that one. That'd be pretty cool.
Like, holy cow. Anyway.
I'm only joking, Skip. I'm playing. I'm sorry. The Silver Age is December 1958 to 1970.
Patty Ferguson, holy cow. I haven't seen you ever, like
Patty.
Forever. Gotta put you blue. Blue.
Patty. Please put your links in, guys. That would be a great help to you to make new friends, to meet new, amazing, incredible people. Much love to Patty and 10 Bob, Neil, Silver T, D, Time Gentleman, Burgers and Baseball. I'll call him.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, who's playing baseball tonight? I love baseball. It's my second favorite sport.
I used to go to Tiger Stadium with my father so he could have his
Detroit Tigers.
his warm beer and cold hot dogs.
I will tell you something about the Detroit Tigers. I was there when Texas Rangers beat them at Arlington Stadium in Texas.
Oh.
Detroit Tigers were up 3-0, and then I believe it was a player called Rod Rodriguez who come out and hit 2 home runs and won 5-3.
Wow.
Sorry. But the lady next to me almost blew my ear bloody plug off because she shouted out his name and I wasn't expecting it. And she made everybody in the stadium. I mean, this girl was born with the first line of lungs. Man, she had some lungs in her. Even the players in the dugout looked up, and that is saying something because we was right at the top, and that's where I wanted to sit. Be back soon, I hope. Need to make a call. Hopefully you make it back before you finish. Okay, Silver Tea brother. The Dodgers and the Giants are in. Oh, that'll be a good game. You got some great comics there, Skipper.
Not a great amount. I mean, I probably have a couple dozen, but it's just more of it's like a lot of my collecting. They're kind of like an afterthought. I'm going, I'm starting to collect comic books now. Where did that come from? So yeah, I've got a few.
The Cards and the Cubs are playing. Oh, who do you want to win that? I think the Cubs should win that game. I believe the Cubs should win that one. The Bronze Age is September 1970 to 1985. So the Paper Age is now then.
The Cubbies should have won back in 2015. As it says in Back to the Future, anyway. The Copper Age is from 1985 to August 2000.
I wonder what they're going to be like in the next, say, 40 years. Is the Copper Age going to be like the new Golden Age, and it goes down at that?
I don't know, but in 40 years from now, I'm definitely going to be in the Olden Age.
Thanks. I was thinking sprayed everything. This is new to me as well. The Plastic Age is September 20. Do you know what? This probably makes sense because everything is more or less made of polymer plastic. It's not like paper like it used to be. Well, I'm in the Rubber Age. You keep bouncing back, Patty. That's all it is.
True enough. We're getting all kinds of interesting. Yeah. You ready for half a dozen trivia questions to
Yes.
Get your brain cells going? What conflict was known as the war to end all wars?
The Great War.
Yeah, that was easy. I wouldn't
call it a Great War. It wasn't exactly great, was it? It's terrible.
I'm going to try to pronounce that. What actor and World War II airman had a $5,000 bounty put on his head by Hermann Göring?
Oh.
An actor.
Yeah.
Now, he had to be an airman.
Yeah.
And he had a $5,000 bounty put on his head by Hermann Göring.
Um, oh, he was one who flew.
And it wasn't Jimmy Stewart.
Do you know what? I know this one, but I can't think of his name now. I have to go on. Actors, I can see his face, but I can't. Actors are terrible.
I'll give you a really good hint. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Damn it.
Anybody in chat can help him? Oh, Patty Ferguson nailed it. Bang on. Clark Gable.
Clark Gable. Freaking hell, I knew it as well. Heath Goss's Adventures.
Hey, welcome. What is the capital of Afghanistan?
Kabul.
Kaboom, Kabul. Yeah, it's Kabul.
I've got 1,124 comic books. The first Iron Ship, that would be I think it was called it was freaking
The Monitor?
Yeah, the Monitor. The Monitor was the first. It was in the Civil War. Well, it was actually close. There was one called the Turtle and one called the Monitor, wasn't it?
Yes. Neil's showing off the fact he's got 1,124 comic books.
You know what? He's got a great collection. He's got some really good comics, actually. The Warrior.
10 Bob's The Warrior.
If you said Battleship, then that would have made sense. But passenger liner, if it was a steamship, passenger would have been from Isenburg, Brunel.
When I was in the Middle East, these were my least favorite beers. Okay. What country produces Carlsberg, Tuborg, and Wilbro beer?
Germany.
Nope.
Carlsberg?
Carlsberg is not a German beer.
It's not Austrian then, is it? Is it Austrian?
No.
Carlsberg? My football team was sponsored by Carlsberg. I'm pretty sure it had blinking Carlin. Oh, it's Carlin. No, Carlsberg. Carlsberg is
You're stumped. Anybody else in chat?
Is it Britain brews that?
No. Are you kidding? I hope not.
It can't be Australia.
No. By the way, the Australians don't like Foster's either.
No.
The country.
It says it's an Austrian recipe, but it's brewed in Great Britain. It says it on the can.
Yeah. This particular selection.
Okay, Carlsberg. I got a feeling it's got to be done in Poland.
No, it's Denmark.
Oh, breaking neck. I don't drink, so I don't really know much about beer, to be honest.
Okay, I'll give you one that's a little easier. Just don't give me whiplash when you answer it too quick. What country is the Hellenic Republic?
Hellenic. Iceland?
I can't believe you haven't got this already. Hellenic.
Oh, Hellenic. No, go on. I don't know. Does anybody else know in chat? You got 20 seconds?
That's fair.
Greece.
There, Patty's got it. It's Greece.
Hellenic. Oh, is that because of Helen and Troy?
There you go. Oh, if you don't get this one, I'm going to have to trade you in.
No.
Who was the wife of Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha?
That was Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria.
You almost screwed it up there. Yeah, it's Queen Victoria. How many more can you handle?
Loads. You carry on.
What country's capital is Tripoli?
Oh my God. Iran. No.
Their leader used to be Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Patty's got it. Libya.
Libya. Yeah, freaking knew it as well. I couldn't very. I knew it was Middle Eastern.
Here's a trick question for you.
Okay, I like the tricky ones.
How many Canadian provinces border the Great Lakes?
8.
How many? You say 8?
No, I'm going to say 6.
Anybody else? How many Canadian provinces border the Great Lakes?
4.
You're grasping at straws.
10 Bob said 2.
Nope.
Oh, hang a minute. It must be 1 then.
Yeah, it is 1.
That's sneaky.
Ontario.
Actually, I was thinking more of like Ottawa, but no, that's the wrong no.
Okay, what U.S. city has been called Little Havana?
Oh, that was Cuba.
What U.S. city?
Oh,
U.S. city is called Little Havana.
That would be California, the one in California.
Okay,
no,
let's
Miami.
use
Miami.
Miami. There you go. You know, Patty, you would think it's Quebec, but Quebec's along the St. Lawrence. It's not counted as being attached to any of the Great Lakes.
Miami. I was trying to think of Scarface. You see.
What's the longest river in the Americas?
It can't be Mississippi.
What's the longest river in the Americas?
Oh, the Colorado. I can't remember what it's called. Colorado. No, is it the one in San Francisco? Not San Francisco. Oh my God!
Patty's got it again. It's the Amazon.
Amazon. Oh. Come on, I got to get my it's 2:00 in the morning, so you've got to give me a bit of a.
I know. Okay, I'll give you an easier one. What's the only active volcano on the European mainland? The only active volcano.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's in Iceland.
Is Iceland on the European mainland?
No.
Okay.
Mount St. Helens.
And that's not Europe either. You're getting tired, aren't you? I can tell.
Yeah.
You're holding your head up. It's Mount Vesuvius.
Oh, of course it is. That's the one that actually blew up in Pompeii.
Yeah.
I have a question. How many eyes does a bee have? 2. I'm pretty sure it's 2 from the bug farmer.
I don't remember him telling me how many eyes his bloody bees has. I was too busy watching him get stung. Darren says all of them. My goodness. So, how are you feeling today? Are you ready to pack her in, buddy? I know it's getting late.
I'll just do 10 more.
You want 10 more? I can do 10 more.
Compound eyes. 5. I don't know. Let's see what Neil says. How many eyes does a bee have?
What U.S. state has the longest border with Canada?
Alaska.
Bang on. You were hot that time. Okay, I won't do that to you.
No, go on. Just throw out any question you like, Skip. That's the beauty of it. You either know it or you don't.
What Roman governor tried Christ?
Oh, Pontius Pilate was the Roman Empire.
He was the governor, yep. Ooh, you're doing good. What country did Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria fight to win their independence from?
Great Britain.
No. Let me put it this way. They had a legion that got the snot kicked out of them because they were just overwhelmed by the number of people attacking. Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria. They wanted their independence from this country. What country was in trying to rule these African countries?
France, German.
Pick one.
Germany.
Nope.
Was it?
You had a 50-50. Yeah, the French Foreign Legion.
I was actually. I'm waiting for a Neil's answer to come through. To be honest, Neil, 2 large compound and 3 smaller. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. What hemisphere has more countries, the northern or southern?
Northern.
That's true.
With Africa's got 54 countries and Russia, then you got China, and then you got Japan, and where the southern has probably only got about 8 with the Southern Americas, and then Australia, and a few other little islands going around there, New Zealand, Tasmania, and if you work it out that way anyway, that's the way I worked it out.
Who married Captain Mark Phillips?
Oh, Princess Anne.
Yep.
Princess
You're pretty sharp for 2:00 in the morning. This is a good one. What U.S. state is due south of Utah?
Maine.
Maine? Boy, oh boy, are you far.
Oh, am I? Utah. Kansas.
Getting closer.
Oklahoma. Texas.
Patty got it right. Arizona.
Arizona, okay.
And the interesting thing is, you would think Arizona was further south, but in actual fact, you have to go through Utah, through a stretch of Arizona to get to Nevada.
So it's right in the center belt, isn't it? Then I guess
it's in it's the west.
Yeah.
We don't count California. It's kind of on the other side of this thing.
I know my states is just not really too sure whereabouts they're situated, if that makes sense.
Okay. What overalls are named for Dungri, a suburb of Bombay? Overalls. They're named for Dungri, a suburb of Bombay.
We call them boiler seats. That's not right, so I wouldn't know.
It's the hint is in the name.
Bombay.
No,
Bombay.
no, that's a suburb of Bombay. It's called Dungri. So what's the name of the overalls?
Dungaree.
Yeah, H got it. Dungarees.
See, dungarees to us is just literally just like jeans with straps.
Yeah, that's right.
Like 10 Bob was saying, denim. We call them denim.
Denim.
Dungarees. Come on, Eileen. Oh.
What city would you visit to check out Wenceslas Square? Sounds very Christmassy. Wenceslas Square. What city would you be in?
That would be Germany somewhere. Strasbourg, something like that.
Oh, is anybody in chat know?
Or would it be Norway?
Nah, it's Prague.
Oh, Prague, Czech Republic.
It's Prague. And I'm seeing people like 10 Bob. They're going, I'm popping off now, guys. I don't blame you, 10. I know it's getting late.
No.
And I'm gonna let this guy go too because he doesn't know when to stop. He's I know you do. And thank you guys for coming on to the collectors community chat here. The chat is twice a week on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And of course, we got the treasure trove on Thursdays or Mondays and Thursdays. So look forward to CoinWorld UK's visit tomorrow at 2:00 Mountain Standard Time. And yeah.
So mine is at 9 p.m. GMT, where Skip is at 5 p.m. MST. I look young for Skipper, don't I? Look at that. And
hey, wait a minute. Yeah, you don't look as furry anymore.
You just noticed.
Yeah, you look clean shave. I'm sorry. I'm just, mine's just starting to blossom. You wait and see. I've got another 3 months or 4 months of growth to go until after Christmas before I can do any. I'll do a little trimming, but not much. So, and of course,
master.
Yeah, she comes in just as we're shutting down.
Yeah.
So I think we should give them. We should do a raid here, so they have some place to go
before the storm. You go and count those sheep. And Skipper, thank you again for having me up, sir. Absolutely wonderful time as always. H, nice to see H, and always got. I got physiotherapy, but we'll try to join later. Have 3 appointments tomorrow. Oh wow, we wish you luck, Patty.
Absolutely.
And I will be seeing everybody tomorrow at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. GMT. And it's lovely to see everybody. Thank you for joining Skipper today. It's actually fun. Don't forget to check out Neil's Comics and Video Games as giveaway as well. Please do so. Whack your links in the chat and get to know each other, of course. Make new friends. Make sure it sticks by watching the video in full. Remember, watch a video, not a short, because shorts don't really help the watch time.
That's true.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Remember, leave a comment about the video that you watched, so it's genuine, and then the recipient will do that back. And it's always awesome to see everybody. It's nice to see Patty, Ten Bob, Killermine H, Patty, Silver T, and Dimebag, and many, many other great people.
Yep.
Skipper.
2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tomorrow. See you then.
Yes.
Cheers, brother.
You take care, brother. Good night, everybody.
Night.